All right, everybody. So welcome to this episode of Around the Loop. And today we have a very special artist actually coming from Carlsbad. And we have no other than
Lil Paradigm.
So thank you for being on the show today. I really appreciate it and everything.
Absolutely.
So, let's introduce yourself to the world and everybody of Around the Loop. Let's tell them who you are.
Sure thing. Well, I'm a 21-year-old rapper, a musician, and I like skateboarding, music, weed. That's kind of my things.
I dig that.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll dive into those. So let's talk about a little bit about your childhood. So how was your childhood growing up? How was that?
Sure.
How was your
It was
upbringing?
super chill. I grew up in Texas.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
I was born in Texas.
That's cool.
Lived there till I was 5.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remember too much, but that means it was pretty good. So grateful for that.
That's good.
And then I moved to Wisconsin when I was about 5. Lived there till I was 11.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Wisconsin was cool. I had some great buddies. Definitely just started skateboarding in Wisconsin.
Oh, so that's where it started. Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about the skateboarding. So that's where it started. And who introduced you to skateboarding out there?
My dad. My dad
Okay.
definitely introduced me to skateboarding.
That's awesome.
His friends did skateboarding back in Texas.
Oh, that's cool.
So I got to see it kind of when I was in Texas. And then when we were in Wisconsin, I really tried it out.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, in Wisconsin, do you ever plan to go back out of Wisconsin?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I would
okay,
love
okay.
to. We helped to build a skate park out there, and I was never able to skate it because they finished it when we left. So,
Aw.
but I want to go back and skate that skate park.
That's awesome, though.
Hell yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to ask about. Let's get into the music side of you, the
Sure.
musician side of you. So, when did this all start for you?
Probably when I was 14 or 15. There's just a couple of people that I really looked up to growing up. There's a guy named Cyril Palmer, C-Roy on Instagram. I don't know
Okay.
if you know C-Roy. He's a really cool artist out of Los Angeles. He's also a skateboarder.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep, he's a skater, and he would make skate edits to his own songs.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was awesome, and I wanted
Wow, I've
to,
never heard that one before,
I
actually.
wanted to do that. So I just wanted to be able to put my own music over my skateboard edits and be yeah, that was me over the song too. I skated
dig
and I did it,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with your voice, your style? How did that come?
My style is definitely influenced by, obviously auto-tune. I love auto-tune. I don't think I've made a song without auto-tune, and I have hundreds of songs for sure. But definitely Yeet. Yeet
Okay.
is my favorite artist. Obviously that came along a little later, so
Yes.
2022 type thing, 2021. That was when I was getting into Yeet. But at first I started listening to Juice WRLD and Travis Scott and just different artists like that.
Yeah.
And that definitely helped me develop my style. I kind of started with a little more emo rap when I was younger,
Okay.
and eventually grew into this more just bubbly trap sounds. Yeah.
And with the auto-tune, so how did you find your auto-tune pitch? Because I know there's different pitches and everything.
Yeah,
I'm
for
learning
sure.
about that. So how did you come across that?
Well, I just use Logic Pro. So I started with GarageBand.
Okay.
And on GarageBand, they've got their little pitch corrector system. And I would just play around with that until I found the one that worked. You can literally just click the buttons and try to figure out what sounds good.
Okay.
And then eventually I would just be all right, this one sounds good, so I'd keep it at that. But for Logic, it's this little keyboard. And
that's cool.
for every song, there's a different key. So you got to plug in the little keys on the keyboard to make it work. But I'll just play around with it. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So
You're just making it happen.
Yeah, I just sit there and I'll play around with it until it sounds good.
No, that's pretty cool. And so when it comes down to getting coming down to a beat, how do you come down to picking out what beat's good for you?
For sure, that's a good question. I used to do a lot of type beats, and
Okay.
I used to hear a song and I'd be ooh, I like that song. I want to make a song like that. Right now, I'm trying to stay away from that because I feel I want to make music that's true to myself and individual. So I'm trying to stay away from type beats, and I'm trying to mix it up and do just something that sounds cool. I really don't care what type beat it is.
Yeah.
Just if it sounds good and the bass is hard.
Okay.
I really like when the bass has a pattern that is up and down versus stagnant bass.
Okay.
I enjoy the bass to switch up. So going up octaves or going down octaves, I really like that.
Okay, that's pretty cool. No, I dig that, and thank you for sharing a little bit about that, because some people are curious, like, well, what do you mean by this and that? And now that you explained that, okay, so that's cool. And wanted to ask, like, when did you ever film, or have you filmed your music videos? Because I know you have a couple videos out, but
I have a couple.
when was your first music video? Do you recall that?
Yeah, my first music video was probably 2022, I think, 2023. And it was for the song called Laying Down. And I filmed it with Tommy Kelly. I don't know if you know who Tommy is.
I don't, but put me on game.
Peep him out, yeah.
I'm ready to learn.
Peep Tommy, and Tommy's sick.
Check him out.
He's came from Carlsbad. We went to high school together. But now he's like big time in LA doing some crazy music videos and stuff.
That's
with, like,
amazing.
Polo G and shit. So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's got a couple awesome music videos out there. And I got to make my first one with him, and it was an excellent experience. Tommy's a great dude. He's a sick one.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. And I wanted to ask, is there any other artists that you've had a chance to work with around here?
Kelkin.
Okay, so let's speak about him, and shout out to Kelkin.
Shout out Kelkin. Yeah, Kelkin's my boy. He's sick. We started working together probably like, I don't know, like a couple years ago. I knew him in high school. And yeah.
No, that's pretty cool, because I remember he mentioned you, and I know our long-awaited episode has been, it's been since early August, October of 2024. So we've been brewing this episode for a long time, actually.
For sure, yeah.
And I know it's been a while. So, have you had any chances to collaborate with Kelkin on any songs?
It's been a while, but I definitely have.
That's good. And are you planning to drop any more songs out with him?
I hope so, for sure. I would definitely like to. Kelkin's sick.
No, that's awesome. And I'm glad, hey, I love the live audience. How you guys doing?
Howdy there.
Pretty good.
Hey, that's good. That's good. So, what made you start releasing songs every single Friday? What got to that point?
I think I just want to have like a catalog of singles that are like just a big catalog. I'd like to have the most singles I could have out, just so people can peep what I'm doing.
No, I dig it. And how did you get about like coming to different platforms and whatnot? How did you go about that? Because some people are curious, like, how do you get your platform out there? How do you get your song on X, Y, and Z?
For sure. I just use DistroKid.
Oh, okay.
That was Kellen. Kellen put me on to DistroKid.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, for sure. Kellen's helped me a lot with the music stuff.
Big shout out to him. Honestly, he's a phenomenal guy out there. He's out there making it big. He's just got released his album, Gray.
Yep.
So peep it out, guys. If you guys are around, check it out.
Hell yeah.
Check out Gray, and shout out to Kelkin. I'm proud of you, man. So wanted to dive into, like, you say you love cannabis, so let's talk about that. So where did your love for cannabis actually start?
Well, it probably started like when I was like 17, 18. Definitely just hanging out with my mom. My mom is a big stoner.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, so just kicking it with my mom and hanging out with her and her boyfriend, and yeah.
And I wanted to ask, like, let's put people on some, a couple strains, because some people want to learn, and like, just to talk a little bit about it. Some people are curious, like, it's not just about getting high. There's actual benefits. There's medical benefits to it. So let's dive into that a little bit. What is, how can cannabis help some people?
Well, for me, I have a scoliosis, so my back is like fucked, and just pain, kind of chronic pain, but for me, cannabis really helps alleviate that pain. It helps with my anxiety for sure.
Oh, tell me about that.
Definitely an anxious person. Obviously, you could smoke a sativa and then get twice as anxious if you want to. But
it does happen.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, I don't know. Cannabis has its ups and downs, but for me, I think it's an overall beneficial in my life. And my career is in the cannabis industry currently. So, yeah.
And how do you like working in that field?
It's sick. Yeah. I love it. It's just like any other industry. Like, if you're familiar with how businesses work, it's just like any other industry. You're buying it low and selling it high, and you're just customer service. That's the main thing.
So I want to talk about that. How's the customer service when it comes to interacting with people, with you, especially as a bud tender?
Yeah.
Like, how's that? Have you had good interactions? You probably had bad interactions too. So let's talk about the bad ones first. Let's get that over.
Sure, yeah.
So what couple bad interactions have you had?
Just a couple people being a little just angry at life for whatever reason. But I've had a funny fella who came in and I asked him like how much he was trying to pay for his half ounce, because he was like, I want a half. And I was like, all right, how much are you trying to pay? And he was like, $5. And I was like, all right, sir. Like, let's
that's not happening.
Right, let's be real here, sir. Like, how much are you actually trying to pay? And yeah, so stuff like that. But nothing too crazy yet. I've only worked here for like 2 months. So
okay.
Yeah.
And you know, being in that, so what are some good experiences you've had being in that field? Like, what are some good ones that you've had?
Well, I've met some really cool people. There's been some awesome people. Different like tattoo artists and things like that.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, there's really cool people that stop by. And then people that make their own edibles and things like that. I've met some really awesome cannabis people as well. There's just a whole community out there who loves cannabis, and I truly think it can be a special place.
No, I definitely believe that, and honestly, yeah, cannabis has helped my life. I've talked about it multiple times on my show, and for the people out there, you know, from whoever's suffering what, you never know, but it does help me get off alcohol. It actually helped me get off my addiction of narcotic pills, painkillers. It happens.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm very thankful for cannabis and what it's done for me as well. And so I wanted to ask, are you planning to come out to the Cannabis Cup in Vista? Because that's coming up.
I really want to. I want to go for sure. I just don't know if I'm working. I have to see what day it's on, but I'm super down.
It is on the 15th. It's a Saturday.
Probably working, but I'll see if I can get it off. It might be like one of those days where everybody's trying to get it off.
I think everybody's going to be there. It's because it is the first event where
you can consume and sell. Yeah,
yes,
it's so
it's
awesome.
exciting.
It's so badass.
And shout out to Joe Green from Vista, former city Vista council member. He's out there actually setting up this event. And shout out to Michael Gabriel as well for helping out. And I appreciate you guys for making this happen. Honestly, making history and happen.
It's really awesome.
And so when it comes down to like let's talk about a normal day or just a regular day for you.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I wake up, really, I don't eat much in the mornings. But
morning, me neither.
I don't know. I just like adventure in the mornings. Like I'll run an errand or two, like go to the dispensary or something, or go to the beach. I like getting up and doing something. That's a big thing for me, is just doing something. I like doing something. Whether that be go skating or whatever. I'll just do something fun in the morning, and then usually I got work around 1-ish. So head over to work, hang out for a minute, work till 10 usually.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So
you usually close too?
Yep, I'll close.
How's it closing? Like how's that?
It's chill.
Yeah.
I don't really do much for closing. It's pretty much like I'm not a manager or anything. I'm just a budtender, so I'm there to help the customers really.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm out once it's over. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. And wanted to ask about skateboarding. So when it came down to skateboarding, like how did you come across finding the right deck or the right brand? Like what company is right for you?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I just picked up a new board today. I bought a Baker B Squared 838. There's so many different skateboard brands that I've tried, and there's so many that I respect. It's hard to choose a favorite.
Yeah.
But I've tried some excellent boards over the years, and I'm just excited to try more. I don't really know. I don't have like a preference, like just whatever feels good.
Have you been sponsored yet?
I was sponsored previously by a company called Bamboo Skateboards.
Okay.
But truly, I don't really consider that true legit, because they were business partners with my dad. So it's like it wasn't necessarily something where it was like I reached out to them or they reached out to me. It was just like my dad knew the guy.
No, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Let me double check the recording just to make sure.
For sure.
There we go. So, welcome back, guys. I know we just took a quick intermission. Had some kids in the background.
Too many kiddos, dude.
Too many. And, so we had to take a quick break.
Yeah.
So now we're back. So welcome back, you guys, to this episode of Around the Loop. And as we were just talking recently, we went from you to music to cannabis, and we're kind of going back and forth just so you guys get a feeling of who he is as an individual too. Because the mission of this podcast is to shine light on the artist, that the artist is a human and a person too as well.
Hell yeah, for sure.
So
that's right.
Let's touch bases more about, you. Yeah. So what kind of, what you have some favorite foods? Let's talk about some favorite foods.
For sure, dude. I'm down.
Let's get on that.
Mm-hmm. I like baked treats.
Okay.
Fuck with like chocolate croissants.
Oh, those are fire. Any recommendations? Any place to pick up a good croissant at?
I will say there's a lot of chocolate croissants out there, but my bet is that they all come from the same place. I don't know, dude. They're very similar. If you take a peek at a chocolate croissant, it's not very different from another chocolate croissant. So I would say like anywhere you can get a chocolate croissant is probably a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what about any favorite drinks? Is it like caffeine drinks, waters, juice?
Dude, I drink too many Red Bulls, Monsters.
Okay, so let's talk about energy drinks, all right? Because that's what that's all I consume.
Calm down on the Monsters, dude. Freaking, I'm chilling. I gotta stop. But basically, the skate shop I like to hang out with, Staz Skate Shop in Carlsbad. They have a Monster fridge. You can grab a free Monster. What? So I end up grabbing too many Monster. Yeah. That's
actually really cool.
Yep.
I've never actually heard of that.
Yeah, so there's a free Monster fridge at Staz Skate Shop if you want some Monster.
Yeah. Hey, that's a big shout out.
Hell yeah.
So let's go. That's what's up. And any favorite Monsters that you like?
I just like the classic ones.
Okay, the classic green.
I haven't really played around with the other flavors too much. I like the classic green one, and then I like classic Red Bull too.
So, okay, just the classic Red Bull?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't do like the winter or the summer. No.
None of those mixed ones? Okay.
Yeah.
What about like have you tried like the Jack in the Box Red Bull?
The mix?
Drinks? Yeah.
I have tried the Jack in the Box.
Which one do you like from those?
I've only tried the red one.
Okay, the red one's pretty good.
It was pretty good. Yeah, it was like strawberry or something.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Yeah, it was good.
Well, if you like Red Bull, there's also Dutch Bros. They have their Vampire Slayer drink with the Red Bull. That one's fire too.
Hell yeah.
That one's pretty good. And what about snacks besides baked goods?
Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its. All right.
Cheez-Its for sure. I like cheese, dude. I'm Wisconsin, Wisconsin native. Freaking definitely a cheese guy. I really like cheese.
What's your favorite cheeses? Let's just put some people on game.
Blue cheese.
Okay.
I'm a big blue cheese guy. I like a blue cheeseburger. Fuck that shit up.
Any good spots to have a good
Hennessy's.
Okay.
Hennessy's Tavern in Carlsbad. It's really good. They got a good blue cheeseburger.
I'll have to check them out.
I'm sure they do a happy hour too or some shit. So cruise by. It's pretty sick.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah. Okay. And what about desserts? Any good dessert places out here that are?
For desserts, I'll do whatever. Like, I don't really have a preference on desserts. I like ice creams and I like all that shit.
Okay.
I like sour gummy worms. Sour gummy worms are like...
Is that like to go for munchie meal too? Or
absolutely.
What's your munch? Okay.
Yeah, munchie meal is definitely like some Cheez-Its, sour gummy worms, maybe like a soda, and then like... I'll try to eat something that has protein in it, like a Slim Jim. Something like that.
Hey, you at least getting your protein in.
For sure.
That's good. No, that's good. So what about movies? Is there any favorite movies out there or shows?
My favorite movie of all time is called Best in Show, and it's a dog film about a dog show. I would highly recommend it.
I'm gonna have to put that in the link so you guys can check it out.
Shit. It's super good.
Where can people actually check this out on?
I don't know, like Amazon maybe. Maybe Amazon. I'm not sure though.
So what was it again?
Best in Show.
Best in Show. Okay.
Yep.
We'll put it in the bio down.
Hell yeah.
And we'll put it there.
Yeah.
So what about shows? Any favorite shows if you have time?
Pokemon.
Okay, Pokemon.
But I don't watch too much. I really like it. I really think anime is super cool.
Oh, let's talk about that.
I don't watch too much though. I really don't watch too much. I tend to, once I get off work, I just make music, and so like I don't really have
too much time. Like
not too much, yeah. But I watch a lot of YouTube for sure. Watch like skateboarding videos.
Any honorable skaters that you look up to? That
absolutely. Dan Corrigan. He's a YouTuber.
Okay.
There's a couple. Honestly, like there's a couple really cool dudes that I look up to in the skateboard industry that a lot of people hate, like Andy Schrock and personally Aaron Cairo has been really cool to me. I like Aaron Cairo, but people don't like him.
So it's a mix. Some mixed emotions on him. Okay,
yeah, but he's really cool.
No,
he's
that's
a nice
good.
guy. Yeah,
that's awesome. And so I wanted to ask: is there any future artists that you want to try to collaborate with?
Hell yeah. I'm down to collab with like all the people from the local scene for sure. Like, I mean, Dylan is Balance. And those type of people, I really want to work with you guys, so I'm gonna hit you guys up for sure.
Definitely, don't be afraid to hit him up.
Yeah,
Balance is honestly, he's a phenomenal guy, and shout out to him too. He's out there at Soul Shakedown Studio, so shout out to them as well.
Badass,
so if you want to book some time with him, it's perfect time.
That's what's up.
He's a very, very genuine guy. Honestly, he's very easy to work with. Makes you feel comfortable, so you're not there stressed out and everything. And yeah, you know, reach out to him as well. Like,
I will.
I'd love to see you guys do a song one day. That'd be pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. So you said you talked about Pokemon. So what do you know, did you ever get into like the Pokemon cards? And let's talk about that.
Absolutely. Big Pokemon card collector. Had a massive collection. Yeah, it was pretty big. It wasn't massive. It was pretty big. But I had a couple binders full of some rare cards. I had some good ones. Magikarp, Paldea Evolved. If anybody knows what I'm talking about.
Put them on game.
Yeah.
Okay.
But had some good ones for sure. So yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And what happened?
I had to sell them. I just had to sell them. The collection was not good for me. I was addicted to Pokemon cards.
I know. I get how that goes.
Which is not a joke.
No.
I was actually addicted to Pokemon cards, and like I had to stop. Yeah.
What drew the line where you're like, I had to cut this off? Like, what was it?
I had a collection of sealed products, and one night I decided to open all of my sealed products because I was just so fucking bored. I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna open everything. And so I did, and like, yeah, that was just it. I was like, all right, dude, you can't do this. Like, it's not a collection anymore; it's a problem.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. No, and you know, and I appreciate you being transparent about it because some people are like, oh, they might think it's funny, but it's a serious thing.
It's funny, but it is serious.
But it is serious.
Yeah,
it is
funny,
serious.
But it's serious. Yeah.
But that's a good way that, you know, you learn how to cut your addiction off. And you know, has it ever been, you know, have you ever attempted to
start a
collection? Because like, how hard is it not to start another one right now, especially with everything going on?
It's very tricky. It's definitely like, I mean, I don't know if you guys have heard about the Ninja Exchange, but that's a pretty cool anime expo that's right around here. And they just have all these Japanese Pokemon cards and tons of cool Pokemon that you can't really find anywhere else.
Oh, okay.
So like, I go there a lot, and it's hard. It's hard not to spend money. Yeah.
I feel you. I've gone to the malls in Escondido too, and around, and I've seen like the people selling the Pokemon cards and stuff, and I've seen the different prices, and I'm just like, wow, like it's crazy how much a card can go for.
For sure,
it really is.
Thousands, hundreds.
You know, what about like the games? Have you ever played any of the games? Any favorite games that you had there?
Yeah, I had Alpha Sapphire, which was like a 3DS game.
Yeah, I remember that time. Those were good times too.
Yeah, and then like X and Y. I played those ones too, and a couple other ones, but like 3DS games and then Pokemon Go, obviously, shit like that. So
let's talk about the Pokemon Go experience. How was that? How did you get started on that?
I got started right when it happened, like in 2016, and it was just it was crazy. I mean, everybody was playing Pokemon Go, and people were dying over it and stuff like that. Like, it was super gnarly.
I've seen the stories and stuff. Have you witnessed anything while you were out and about trying to collect a Pokemon? Nothing crazy?
But I heard like stories of people like falling off cliffs in like La Jolla, like looking for Pokemon.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And do you occasionally still go Pokemon Go hunting here and there?
Not necessarily. Okay. I have a couple friends that do, and like if they do, maybe I will, but not really.
Not like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And what other activities besides music do you like to do?
I mean, the skateboarding for sure, but it's like
just mainly
skateboarding music. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And do you ever how do I put this? Like, what do you see? Where do you see yourself going with your music?
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself going in the next 5 years?
Well, I just want to put out as much music as I can, consistently and quality. And then I would love to just connect with other artists and see how far I can take it. I see no limit on what I could do.
There we go. No, and I love that attitude. Honestly, it's a great attitude to have on that.
Yeah.
And especially being in this field and being in your field too, it's hard. It's hard. And sometimes it's like, oh, it doesn't feel like there's enough love and support, but it'll definitely come through. And shout out to all the people that have actually shown all that love and support to both of us.
Like you, my boy. Thank you.
I appreciate you too. No, you are too, man. And you'll always have a special place here at Around the Loop podcast.
Thank you, dude.
Like I said, I'm very thankful for you taking your time and being on the show today.
Yeah.
And just wanted to ask you two questions before we start wrapping it up.
Sure.
If you were to see the younger version sitting right in front of you where I'm at right now, what message would you have for the younger you? And it's okay to think about it because I know it's that's a big question.
Yeah, I'd just say be careful. The world is kind of sketchy. Make good friends. And ditch bad friends. There's no reason to keep bad friends around.
Oh yeah,
it's pointless.
It is, and that's something that people have to learn. Is there are more friends out there. You guys have to learn the difference between friends and acquaintances. So acquaintances are people that just come and go. Friends, they usually stay around. That's how it works. But you'll find them as you grow and you start getting older and older. You start knowing that people are just acquaintances and people are just friends. And, my final question for you is, what final message do you have for the folks of Around the Loop?
Do what you want to do. Don't be afraid of what other people think of you. And just do your own shit and keep going.
No, that's awesome. And thank you so much for being on today's episode.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. That's a wrap.